Hello everybody, my name's Stupid Ninja, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this awesome mini Lego Devastator. Now, there was some people wanting me to build him micro, but I decided to make him mini instead because I like it better. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get straight into vehicle comparisons. So here's all 6 Constructicons: Mixmaster, Scrapper, Long Haul, Hook, Scavenger, and Bone Crusher, compared to Optimus Prime. And so, you know, there you go. They're all basically the same size as Optimus. So, yeah, I think that came out well. So there he is. And here's another Decepticon, Barricade, who is what I think a small car would be in comparison to these, but definitely not a police car, more like a Volkswagen. Getting straight into it, I'll first show off the vehicles, and then I'll get into how to transform them. First off, Mixmaster. Now, if you're wondering why some of these guys have discoloration, it's because I could not find pieces that looked nicer, so I just did that. Same thing with the studs on top. But yeah, here's Mixmaster. There's the barrel. Cement barrel, and this does fold down, so you feel like he's pouring cement. So that's cool. And I do like this guy. The barrel's kind of jaggedy, but I think it looks good. So there he is. And next we have Scrapper. And I think this guy came out really nice. The little bucket does articulate. He doesn't roll or anything, but I think he looks really cool. I do like this guy. Just getting along with it, here is Long Haul, and he came out interestingly. And I do think Long Haul and Hook are the worst looking ones out of the bunch, mainly because they have to be the body and they have to support everything else. So that is why they're built how they are. But yeah, here's Hook. And he does look very strange, but the hook, the crane does actually move, and so I think that's really cool. But yeah, there he is, pretty simple. And then here's my favorite, Scavenger, and I really do like this guy. He's a really nice bucket, really nice arm. I do like his colors. Oh yeah, by the way, why aren't they green, you may ask? Well, I didn't have enough green, and I wanted to make it multicolored because I thought it looked cooler. But there he is. Next is Bone Crusher, who I did just build him a new bucket, and I think this one looks definitely better than the old one. Big upgrade. Literally, the old one was tiny. Anyway, this guy came out really well. I very much like the arms and the legs, but not so much. I don't like the body so much. Anyway, that's it for their designs and why they're colored weird. Now I'm going to get in how to transform them into their combined modes. And by the way, these guys do not have robot modes, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so first we'll start off with Mixmaster. He's pretty simple. You just grab this, bring it up, and fold the leg out. You can set him aside. I'll get into Scrapper. He's not quite as simple. First you'll take this and move it up as much as it'll possibly go. Then you pull these down. Whoops, they pop out a lot. Kind of angle them back a little. And then pull out his leg. There you have that. Place him back there. Then you take the Long Haul. Just fold that down. Take these. Make sure they're placed in all the way. And just fold those down, and there you have Long Haul. Now take Hook. Move the hook up. Rotate this piece down, but that angle. Move these wheels down, and then fold him in half, and then move this forward, and then rotate that down. And there you have Hook in his chest mode. And then take Scavenger, and move the arm out, like that. Then fold this down, kind of fold that out. Take this, move that down, and you can just pose that how you want it to be. And there you have Scavenger in his right arm mode. And you take Bone Crusher, take this, can move that out of the way. Bring the arm down, fold this out, and move that, and there you have Bone Crusher in his left arm mode. And now you need to combine all the pieces. First you'll take the legs, just kind of put them together, and then take the long haul and snap these in right there. And now comes the hard part, trying to get this to stand nicely. That works. This is where the accessories come in. He does have a chest piece, and that's, you're just going to place that right on those two studs. So I just go right there, like that. And then you'll take hook and just place him right there. There's these 3 slots, and they go 1, 2 right there. It doesn't go all 3 or all 4, it just goes 2, but I'm fine with that. He just goes right there, and then you can take these wheels and just kind of angle them down, look cool. And there that is. Now you have to get him standing again. Now you can take Bone Crusher, pop him in right there, like that, and then Scavenger, pop him in right there. Oh geez, pop him in right there, like that, and then just grab his head and just pop that on. And there you have Devastator in his robot mode. So here is the finished and fully transformed Devastator in his robot mode, and I think this robot mode came out very well. He is very tricky to stand. As you see, I have him standing on his toe right there, mainly because he needs heel support and he doesn't have that, so he topples back a lot. But yeah, there he is. I think he's pretty cool, so this is something I can actually go over articulation with. First off, he's pretty big, not that big, but pretty big. This piece does fall off a lot. I don't know why, but it does, probably because I'm pulling on it so much, probably because this ball joint is actually pretty stiff, which is a good thing. Anyway, let's see if I can actually get him to stand evenly without falling over, and there you go. There we go. Okay. So, there is Devastator. Now, I need to raise up the camera and bring it back a little. Oh, there he is. I don't really know what else to say about him, other than that his arms are on ball joints, so they can move all around. They can move like this. They can move forward all the way. The top half does pop off if you pull on it a little too much. The elbows do bend. He does have shoulder movement right there, so you can get the shoulders out of the way to move his arms up a little more, like that. His legs have interesting articulation. They move over about that much, back this much, forward that much. The foot looks like a hoof all the time. Bends at the knee right there, and then like moves all around on one foot, and then on the other foot it doesn't move quite that much. It of course bends forward and has the most interesting knee bend of all time, but the toe isn't quite, the ankle isn't quite as articulated as the other one. So there is the foot articulation. Here is Devastator compared to Mini Megatron. So I'd say that's not 100% G1 accurate, but it's okay. And then here he is compared to Soundwave. So Soundwave's much shorter. And of course, here he is compared to the tiny Barricade. So yeah, there that is. And yeah, let's get into how to build this guy. So here is everybody back in their vehicle modes with the accessories in front of them. And I thought this would be the easiest way to break them down, so that's what I'm going to do first. So I'll start with the accessories first, show you how to build these, and then we'll get into the actual robots themselves. So this is just his gun. It's fairly simple, and I'm pretty sure you can see how to build this. It's just a 1x6 with some clips on it. Then a little slope piece here, a little antenna piece here. You can have it up if you want, but I prefer it down. Then there's the little pole there with the Technic piece on, and then a cylinder with a purple stud on the end, and that is basically his gun. And here's his head. That's pretty simple. It's just a Travis brick with some pieces around it. So I don't know if I really have to explain this one very much. But then there's this chest piece, and that is just one of these pieces with a 1x2 on top, and then a 1x6 with a 2x2, some slope bits, and then one of these weird pieces with a slope on it. So those are his accessories. Now onto the actual robots. So for Mixmaster, it's pretty simple. He's just basically Optimus with the Travis brick and then a headlight brick on top instead of what it was before, with a little 1x1 plate on top of that. If you need to visualize that, there you go. This actually helps. There you go, there's a dissection of him. So here's the mechanism. It's just a little robot arm with two of these pieces on each side that clips into that. So that is how that works. And then there's a headlight brick with a regular brick with the stud on the side, and then another headlight brick right there. So that just makes that nice and sturdy when it's in vehicle mode and leg mode, so it doesn't pop apart. And this piece is quite interesting. It's one of these pieces with the studs on both sides, just placed on the bottom of one of these with a 1x2, 1x2 there, and then a 1x3 clip with a 1x1 clip there. And then there's a 1x3 on the bottom of a 1x3 hinge. That's actually what that is. This is the clip. And there's a hinge there, and if you can just see that, it's pretty simple. There's a couple of these wall pieces just to make that look nice. And yeah, that's Mixmaster. Not very complicated. And there's Scrapper, who's a little more complicated. He is a 1x3 with this little contraption on top of it. I haven't popped that off, jeez. He's a little more complicated, as you see right there. But take him apart, you can really see how he works. So there's the 1x2 just to make that nice looking on the inside. A little 1x1 there, and then a 1x4 that actually runs through the entire thing. Right there, and then you have the 1x3 clip, then a 1x3 piece across there, a couple bricks with studs on each side, or one side, and then just my little pole technique with a slope right there to create the heel. That's it. This back wheel is pretty simple. It's just a brick with two holes, a 1x2 with two holes, and then a couple studs stacked on top of each other with a tire around it. And so that is as simple as it gets. Then there's just one of these stacked on top of that to make that look nice and sloped. And then there's a couple of these with a 1x2 placed right there. And then this, which has the robot arms there. You can rotate on a couple of these pieces with some wall pieces to create the shovel, and then you have your headlight brick with a little slope there, and then a little clip, and that just goes right on top of that stud, and that creates the nice little Lego front end loader. Here is Long Haul. So this guy's really simple. He's just a 1x4 with a couple plates there, and then a couple clips there, and then a 1x1 with a brick with a hole. And then this top part's quite interesting. It's just a 1x4 on top of all that, just to keep the clips held down. And so it's kind of weird how I built that, especially considering it's only on one stud, these pieces, and these are where Hook sits in his combined mode. But this dump is actually kind of complicated. But it just sits on top of that with that little contraption down there, if you can see that. I hope you can. And then the dump is quite interesting. It's a 2x4 with a 2x2 right there, and just a piece right there. And then two 1x6s on top of a 4x4 with a little 1x1 right there. And that all rests right on top of this, and it should just be flush in the front. kind of hang over the back tire. And yeah, that's long haul. Pretty simple, but pretty cool. And he has these little ball joint pieces on these the ball joint clips with the brick with a hole and a red stud on the back. So there is long haul. And Hook is very interesting how I built him. First of all, here's just the little seating area and arm combiner joint. Then there's the wheels, which are just these pieces placed on so that they can fold down, like, you know, when he splits in half and you have to put him together, these wheels just fold down and he forms nicely. And then, yeah, there's just two of those there. There's a 1x2 right there and a 1x2 right there. Then just two 2x4s, and then a couple stacked 1x3s just to create the back. Also, this part is the only thing clipping onto long haul. And then this rotates, becomes the thing that the head sits on. So popping that off and popping this off, you can just see right in there, just a 1x2. Got the hinge right there. Got a 1x4. Yeah, it's a 1x4. Then a another 1x4 with a plate on it. And this is here for this to slide over when you're entering robot mode. So yeah, that needs to have a little slidey thing there. But yeah, that's basically a Hook, and then his hook is just this. It's all pretty simple stuff. So there he is, and now here's my favorite, Scavenger. I really like how this guy turned out. So I can show the arm mechanism, and it's basically just a hinge there on a longer blue piece. Pop this off. There we go. A longer blue piece that goes to the 1x4 with the static tread on one side. And popping this off, you can just see how that works. And both arms are actually the same mechanism. Bone crusher is reversed, so this piece is going to be over here. But the little seating area is still right there, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, clipping this back on, you have the joint that connects to the body, and so it's just one of these on a little mixel joint there, which is actually just a customized mixel joint because I don't have any mixel joints actually except for the ones you see here. Anyways, then this rotates just to give some clearance for the arm to be out straight if you want it to. Whoops, I accidentally bumped the camera there. Sorry about that. So this rotates just to give clearance if you want to. I like rotating it this way because it looks nicer, but you can also just do that. Then he has a couple guns on the back to make some pipes and stuff, and yeah, I think this guy is pretty simple. The treads have 1x4s to make them look rounded. Yeah, there's really not much to him, but I think he came out very well. He really does look like Scavenger. He has the bucket. I forgot to show that off. It's actually a little corner piece, so that's really nice. And then there is Bone Crusher, and I now like this guy. I didn't like him before, but now I think he looks really nice with the new bucket. So as I said before, he's basically the same, just that's over there. And the hinge is on the back instead of the front. So he hinges this way, then this folds up. That's his arm mode, and this folds down. So it's practically the same thing, just kind of reversed. And of course, got these pieces there to form that, like it does on the other side. And then the bucket's only on one little piece there. You can see how that's built. There's the cheese slope there. And then just a 2x2 little hinge piece with a 1x4 there, and then two of these little corner pieces. So I think that came out nice, and of course you have the hands on both of them. This guy's hand is right there. So you can see kind of how they're reversed. So basically, I just took the arm and flipped it over, kind of. If that makes any sense. But yeah, that's basically all. Yeah, that is Devastator. I really like how he came out. He is definitely one of my favorite Transformers I've built yet. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you liked the video, give the video a like. If you didn't like the video, then give the video a dislike. If you like how I built this Devastator, then you can check out some of my other Transformers. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.